Hello there, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you guys. You know that. If you are new here, I'm Mary, and I appreciate you for stopping by. I want to say welcome to all of my new subscribers. Thank you so much for showing up. And to everyone that's been here with me for a long time, you know how I appreciate you. Okay, guys, let's see who is in the room. Okay, hi, Nathan. Nathan logged on early as I was getting ready. So it's good to see you. Nicholas. Um, hmm. Okay, I see that, Nicholas and Nathan. Vanessa, how are you? Apple, good to see you guys. Vanessa, Brenda, hi to all the teacups, the whole family. Olivia, good trouble, good to see you. Linda, Latrice, Tink, Which, thank you guys for joining me. As you know, guys, hit that like button. It really helps the channel. Um, guys, I'm getting close to 10,000 subscribers, and I appreciate you guys for being here. I when I get to 10,000, I'm going to think of something special to do for all of us, guys. So if you know anybody that needs to be that you can send them over, help me make that 10,000 mark. And, when you start doing something like that, you never, like what I'm doing now, I never thought that, I would have that many people listening into me, or that I had enough of a message that would, people would want to hear. But I'm finding that, law of attraction, like attracts like, and we all have something in common that we like to express. And I always ask Spirit before I get started. I ask Spirit to send me the people that need to hear the message that He wants them to hear. I'm just the vessel. So I try to give you guys what it is that Spirit wants you to hear. So it's not just about the tarot cards, in which, the tarot cards is a means of tapping into spirit. But there's many ways, like we use the pendulum, the rods, the teacups, or just knowing. I have that ability of just knowing. Also, I can hear things and that kind of thing. But we all have those abilities, and I think it's just a matter of being patient and taking the time to develop them. And that's one thing that I know that Spirit wants me to do, is to be here to help people to understand that, and to be able to connect also on your own. Because sometimes people are afraid, to use their gifts. But we all have it. We all have it. I'm not special. So that's one of the things that I want to talk about tonight. Um, we're looking at the Diddy trial. Everybody's been looking at the Diddy trial. I'm going to try to stay on track. I got my notes. Of course, you guys know that. So we've been looking at the Diddy trial, and today, it occurred to me that today is Friday 13th. And normally, people think of Friday the 13th as, a devilish day or whatever. But really, it's not. It's a sacred day. Especially Friday is a Venus day, which is about the feminine power and that kind of thing. Now, that we all have both masculine and feminine energy. We have to be balanced. We can't just have one and not the other. Some of us have more feminine, some of us have more masculine, whether you're a man or a woman. It could go either way. But we all have those powers. But throughout history, as the patriarch got bigger, and wanted to take over and that kind of thing, the 13th, Friday the 13th, which like I said, is a sacred feminine day, um, they wanted to get rid of it. And back in the day, I'm talking way back in the day, guys, people use their energy. They use their, they called them witches, warlocks, whatever. There was a name for it, but which really doesn't mean anything when you really get down to the energy that spirit has given all of us. And they didn't like that because people could use your energy is heightened today, in which I talked about the portal being open. So I want to get to this because it's still early and we got time. It's still Friday the 13th, depending on where you are. Guys, if there's some things that you would like to have happen in your life, today is a good day to manifest those things. I'm going to read the cards, but I just wanted to talk about this first. Today's a good day to manifest those things. So what you're going to do, I'm going to give you some instructions, and if you feel like you want to do it, you can do it while we're doing the readings, or just do it before 12. I mean, the portal will still be open for a while, but it gets weaker as it goes on. As the days go on. But you want to use your sayings. You want to use I am. So for the ladies or the gentlemen, whoever's here, if you're trying to manifest like a partner or someone special in your life, you can use this portal at this time, and you can say something like, I have paper right here. I'll be writing what I want to write too, so I'm going to be doing it right along with you guys. If you're trying to manifest someone special in your life, you can say something like, I am thankful for the person, put it in your own words, but I'm thankful for the person Spirit has sent me. It's like you already have it, right? So we're not going to speak in terms of lack or want. But I am thankful for the person that Spirit has sent me. Women, you're going to be talking about maybe he's a great provider. He loves me. Make sure if you're talking about someone that you want, you're going to put down the attributes. Now, make sure you say something like he's single. Because you get this person, you will get this person, but he may be married. He may be tied up in some kind of way to somebody else. He may be, he may have a criminal record, all that kind of stuff. So, be specific about what you want. But you're going to say, I am grateful for the person that Spirit has sent, or the person that's entered my life, that kind of thing. And just put down, some things that don't say, you can say something like, he is free to love me. I am the only person in his life that he, whatever, however you want to put it, you know what I'm saying? And for male, you can do the same thing if you're looking for someone. I'm just using the love energy right now, guys. It is a Venus day. Friday is a Venus day. But if you're also looking for employment or something like that, you can do the same thing. I'm looking for 10,000 subscribers, so, or more, that I can connect with, that's on the same energy field that I am, and that we can feed into each other. So I would write something like that. I am grateful for the 10,000, and I got 8,800 right now, so it's something that's obtainable. Don't put down that you want $1 million, okay? Unless you have a way of getting $1 million. So You guys know what I'm saying. Okay, so I am grateful for the 10,000 subscribers that Spirit has sent my way. We are all feeding into one another and growing together. So, what I'm going to do with this now, um, or whatever else you want to write, guys. Like I said, you can. It may be health. Maybe you're grateful for the wonderful health that you have been blessed with, that kind of thing. Um, but like I said, the portal is open, and there's times of the year that the portal is open that you can do these kinds of things. So what I want to do now is I want to give it to the universe. So, and guys, if you're just joining us, I hope that yeah, Linda says I'm looking for a man who is single and a provider. And when you say a provider, guys, make sure, most men want to provide. They really do. That's their nature. They want to provide. Sometimes as women, we get it all twisted and we think, oh, well, I have to pay 50-50. No, you don't. No, you don't. He's the provider. He takes care of you. And the men out there, you know what I'm talking about. You're the man. You want to do those things. You want to take care of the woman. And it's not like some people might say, well, that's a gold digger. No, it's not. You're the feminine energy. And actually, you're the stronger energy, not in the sense of muscles, but you're the feminine energy is what the male needs. Or we all need each other to balance us out. But we have that greater intuition. We can, we can tell a man, well, I think we should do it this way. Because sometimes they don't get it. They don't see that. You know what I'm saying? And they don't understand that a woman can feel something or see something or tap into something. It's just what spirit has given us, more in that feminine energy. We bring people into the world. We need the men. We need the men for that. We are the weaker sex in the sense that we can't lift heavy things and all of that. But the male balances us out and we balance them out. So, yeah, you want a provider and you want someone that's really interested in providing, because that's what females need, period. The love has to be there, of course. You don't just want anybody. I think I can, that's without saying. But anyway, guys, now what I'm going to do. But you have to think about how you want to do this, what you want to write down. It could be more than one thing. Then I have a cast iron skillet here, guys, that I burn things in. I'm just going to light this. And let it burn. And thank you, universe, for giving me this opportunity to express my needs. And I release it all to you at this time. And so it is. Okay. You can also do this kind of thing on a bay leaf or whatever. But the thing that had me really thinking about doing this with you guys today is because it is Friday the 13th and that trial is going on. And we are seeing, if anybody's paying any attention to that trial, we see that women, we as women, sometimes we get caught up because we're looking for that love. And then, you can get a man that takes advantage of you. Women are, like I say, they're more intuitive and that kind of thing. But sometimes it's kind of like getting into a cult and you don't really know that you've gotten into it until it's too late. And then somebody needs to, you know, do something or intervene, do some kind of intervention or whatever to get you straight. It's not that we are so weak in the mind, but some people are tricksters or manipulators, and you can run into that kind of person. This is why you should keep your eyes on the prize so that you don't get manipulated into being with someone and having to use your body. They only want you for your body. Your of course the attraction should be there, but it should be more than that. Which is what happens. These women that Diddy was involved with, they were beautiful women, models, and that kind of thing. But they got it's not like they didn't. And basically another thing about it is at some point these women were taking care of themselves, you know, but they wanted a partner that was kind of equally yoked, and he was a trickster. So, yes, which digital says, blessed be. Yes, hi, Sonia. Did I miss anybody? And the same goes for the men. It can happen either way. So, I want to pull some cards. I want to look at the spiritual end of this, and then we can get into other things. Guys, don't forget to hit that like button for me. If you're new and aren't subscribed, please subscribe. I'm just keeping my eyes on that. That's good. That's good. So I have some questions that I want to ask Spirit. So, as I'm talking about this, guys, I feel like it's no longer acceptable because the divine feminine energy has entered this portal that we are in right now. So we shouldn't be silenced. It's not acceptable for women to be silenced, to give up all of our power just because we are, the softer one. I guess I could say it that way. So it's like you have to pay attention. So we know that this trial is bigger. If we look at it from the spiritual end, it's bigger than celebrities, and it's bigger than Diddy, and it's what's happening in the courtroom. What is happening is bigger than all of that, and we have to look at it in a spiritual way also, is what I'm trying to say. But I think it's unfolding like it is in the public eye. It's because Spirit wants us to pay attention to what's happening at this time. So, we look at it as it's about power, it's about money, it's about manipulation, and all those crimes and things. But mostly it's about us taking a look in the mirror at ourselves and see, where have we been giving our power away? Where have we not set boundaries? Where have we not, where have we let people misuse us and that kind of thing? Maybe not to this point, but in a sense, it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So And this goes for women or men. So so I want to pull some cards and just ask some questions. We see how it's happening though, guys. You see how it's working, how spirit is showing us things. It's like women's voices are being questioned. So a lot of the men and some of the women, as I look at, the trial, they're saying, well, she just wanted his money. And instead of, what about him beating her, kicking her? And it's more than just Cassie. So I'm sorry, guys. Have I been gone long? I just saw that. They question how the women feel. Hi, Doorcat. Um, and that kind of thing. Their emotions are pretty much dismissed. I think I'm back. Am I back, guys? Um, guys, let me know if I'm back. Okay, good. Thank you. Um, but all the women are being questioned. They're gold diggers. Oh, they just want him because he's famous and he can do this for them and that for them. But don't forget, these women had their own talents and they were doing just fine. They went to him because they thought that he could help them along in their career, and they got tied up in that. So, but it's like women are just, put in these bags like, oh, you wanted this or you wanted that, So let's look at some things. Uh, let's see. Let me see. Let me look at my notes. Okay. Let's look at what sacred gift, what sacred gift in you is ready to rise. That's the first question. Man or woman? Because Spirit is speaking to all of us. What sacred gift in you that is ready to rise? We're looking at a mirror, guys, when we look at this trial. Oh, okay. We get strength. Strength. So it's like Spirit is saying, you need to remember how strong you are. You're not so weak that you just should just give up all of your power. It's like, be strong. Remember, if you've given away, if you feel weak and you've given away all of your power, it's time for you to remember that you are strong and to take it back. Take it back. Okay, and then where have your boundaries been compromised? So it's like, when I look at the trial, guys, the Diddy trial, these women, yeah, they compromise their boundaries, because instead of them saying, when he talks about, the actual stuff and doing this and that kind of thing, somewhere at first they say yes because they're trying to please. They both said, well, I was really trying to please him. So they forgot about their own self, even though they really didn't want to do it. But somewhere after doing it a few times, they're like, I don't want to do it anymore. Well, it was too late because, like I said, he was a manipulator, right? He was a trickster. He's a trickster. And so they compromised their boundaries. They didn't stick to what they should have. So what is Spirit want to tell us about compromising boundaries. Okay, and we have the death card. This is about change. This is about the fact that Spirit is saying, if you have compromised your boundaries, now is the time to bring an end to that. Now is the time to stop. We're entering the feminine, we're getting into that feminine energy portal. This is the time now that you can stop doing that. Spirit is giving you permission right now through me. Okay? Stop being compromising your boundaries. You know what you want and what you don't want. You can say no. It's okay. And like we always say, all you have to do is say no. You don't have to say why you're saying no or anything like that. No. That's final answer. No, don't compromise. Because you're compromising your soul, guys. And when you give up your soul, I mean, well, that's it. Okay, so how is Spirit guiding us to reclaim our energy, our boundaries, that kind of thing? Justice. Justice is all about balance, guys. And you have to look at yourself and see, is this something that I really feel like I can do? Justice. Justice doesn't only happen in the courtroom. Justice happens for us every day. If we claim who we are, we reclaim who we are, and we balance ourselves. And Spirit is here. This is what Spirit wants us to do, to get balance. When we look in that mirror and we see that something is off, it's time for us to take that step and reclaim the parts of us that we have let go, get it back so that we can get in balance. Okay. So what can we do? What can we do to heal, Spirit? We have to make the right decisions. This is the Lover's card. But the Lovers is also about making decisions and making that path. Now, this card is, sometimes it shows up as, partnership or whatever. But in this particular case, too, we're talking about making this decision this way or that way. We have the power. We make the decision. No one else can do it for us. I know sometimes we get into those relationships or whatever it is, your job, wherever there is someone else involved, and you say, well, they said that I couldn't do this, or if I do this, they're going to be upset. What about you? What about you? So in order to heal yourself, you're going to have to be able to make a decision to do, and you know what you need to do, guys. I'm telling you, you know what you need to do. All you have to do is ask, and Spirit will tell you. You know how I'm sometimes I'm sitting here and I'm thinking and I'm listening to what Spirit is saying to me, because I have learned how to connect in that way, and I can ask the question and I can get the answer. And that's what all of you all have, that same gift. You can do it too. Ask and it's given. So if you're trying to make a decision, if you're like right in the moment and someone's trying to get you to do something that you're not sure about, quietly ask. You get the answer. Okay, and the next thing, what does Spirit want us to know about self-worth? While we're in this feminine energy, we have to look at our self-worth. Sometimes that's why we get into situations that we shouldn't, because we forget who we are. We're all worthy. And we have the world. The world. This is about completion. This is a card that lets you know that you are all that you need. There's nothing that you are lacking. There's nothing that you don't have. It's all here for you. You came into this world with it. Okay. So there's no reason for you to be feeling unworthy. We all have the gift of God is within us. Okay. God is always worthy, which makes us always worthy. So that's something we have to remember. Okay. So I just want to give you guys this affirmation that I wrote. And it is, if we, as we end this conversation here, and I hope you guys will follow the instructions and let me know how things are going for you once you have. And if you're just joining us, you have to go back to the beginning and see what we talked about. But the ending affirmations is, I rise in my truth. You can write this down. I rise in my truth, and you will. I rise in my truth. I reclaim my voice. There's no reason for anyone to be in a situation like these women were with Diddy. So I reclaim my voice, and I sit upon my sacred throne, and I'm unshakable. You're unshakable. You just got to make up your mind that that's the way it is for you. So I'll repeat it. I rise in my truth. I reclaim my voice in case you've lost it. I know there's been times when I've lost my voice. I mean, it happens to the best of us. It happens to all of us at some point. You lose your voice and then you're thinking like, what the heck what happened? So I rise in my truth. I reclaim my voice. I set upon my sacred throne, and I am unshakable. All right. So I think that's it. Just that, and so be it. This is the way it is. Reclaim your power. Period. We can talk about the Diddy trial and that kind of thing, but I think the Spirit put upon my mind to talk about this because of the way the women are being treated. They made a mistake. They ended up with a trickster, and this person. Not only that, I don't think they're going to get to the parts of the minor people and that kind of thing. I think they're just trying to, the trial. I don't know. They would have to have someone to come in and talk about that kind of thing. But this person is just evil. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we run into those kinds of people, but our spirit, if we listen in, if we tap in and we ask, Spirit will tell you what it is you need to know so that you don't go through those kinds of things. So, all right. Hi, Flawed. Linda says, Amen. Vanessa, you're welcome. Yeah. Jamiro Fuller. Yeah. I don't know what you're saying is a lie. I know that more people are going to talk, but I don't know if they're going to bring in the things about the minor people. So, yeah, it's not over. The trial is not over, if that's what you're talking about. But you seem to be a new person in the chat. And I don't know if you are trying to bait or not, but no, I don't appreciate that lie. You're a lie. I don't know if you're talking to me or not, but Um, we'll see how it goes. Okay, so we're gonna let's talk about that for a little longer, guys. If you have any questions concerning the trial, I still think that things are gonna go the way that we talked about before. Um, I didn't get into anything that's for entertainment purposes only, but going forward, I was speaking from my heart. I was speaking from spirit through spirit was speaking through me. But as going forward, spirit still is. But I have to say this for YouTube purposes, for entertainment purposes only. What I say is alleged. I wanted to get into some more of the Diddy things before we talked about the election, or not the election, orange peel. All right. But let's look at the energies around Diddy. Then we can talk about what's happening tomorrow. Spirit. Will Diddy go to prison because of the crimes that he's committed? Yes. So still the energy around it, guys. And I know they're talking about, some people are saying that he's going to be pardoned by orange peel. So let's see. Spirit. Will orange peel pardon Diddy? No. And as we can see, Kanye, or Ye, whatever he's calling himself these days, um, they say he was at the trial today. Well, Ye and Diddy are friends of the orange peel, but they're saying that some kind of way Diddy crossed orange peel, but we know that Kanye was in his office. It reminds me, this is his first term. It reminds me of that little boy X being in there, and with his dad, with Muskrat. I don't know if you guys can remember when Kanye went in the office and he was talking a bunch of stuff to Orange Peel. I can't remember what it was, but he had enough pull that he could get into the office. This is what these people do, and they can get things turned around the way that they want them turned around and that kind of thing. But so far, it looks like the energy is still that he won't pardon Diddy. So that's good to know. Oh, you're welcome, Valerie. She said, thanks for the tools you have provided for all. Yeah, I appreciate you guys too. Thank you, T, for keeping an eye out for the baddies. Yeah, we have to keep an eye out for ourselves too, guys. Remember everything um, in capital letters. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to go back up and I'm going to see. No, as a matter of fact, I'll start at the bottom. It's usually those are the first people that put in questions. Hi, Shirley. Hi, MK. Everything in caps if you have questions for me. Okay, Nicholas says, please, T, look into the unpleasant matter involving Netanyahu and Iran that Kyle Kolinsky rightfully figured out. Now, see, Nicholas, I don't know what he figured out. So you got to give me some more information on that so I know what I'm looking at. We know that they're fighting now, but I don't know. I don't know what it is that Kyle Kalinske said. Um, Hi, Lisa Lynn. Nicholas. Okay, I got that. Okay. Linda says this is good knowledge no matter how old or young we are. Some of us needed this word. For you to speak on this, it is for good reason. That's true. Anytime Spirit brings something to my attention, I try to speak on it because it's for someone. Someone needs to hear it. Thank you for saying that, Linda. Hmm. Okay. Carol says, are we praying for torrential downfalls? Okay, let's look at that. Let's look at that and see if he will. Um, I don't know what time. I guess by now we should be able to figure out. The weather people should be able to tell us what time the rain is going to fall, or maybe it'll fall all day. Which is, I I just wanted to fall on the parade, and the parade isn't going to start until 6. I think other things are happening before that. All right. So, what will the weather be like? No, I can't ask it that way. Will the weather be cooperate with Trump orange peel for his parade? The weather is not going to cooperate, guys. As a matter of fact, let's do a reading. Let's see what it looks like tomorrow because it's an important day. And you guys, have you noticed all these people are making all these threats? If you come out, who's that? Florida? What he's gonna do? I don't know if he was a mayor or the gov. Oh no, was he the police head of police or something? He was using some strong words, um, scaring people about coming out and protesting. It's like, I don't care about your freedom of speech. Don't come in here. You know, he even talked about unaliving people. So, I mean, it's like things are getting crazy. So let me read on the parade. Hi, Ramay. Okay, I know I'm messing up your name. Forgive me. Israel Ramayna. Ramayna. I think that's right. I hope so. I'm sorry. I'm glad you joined us. Hi, Sonia. All right, Spirit, let's see. What is tomorrow going to look like as far as Orange Peel's parade? What's tomorrow going to look like? Saturday, the 14th, as far as the parade goes. Orange Peel's parade. Okay, yeah, that was in Florida. Thank you, Vanessa. Another so-called red state that's supposed to be blue, as far as I'm concerned. All right. All right, Spirit. How are things looking for the parade? Okay. We have the Nine of Spears. There's some kind of information that we're going to get, guys, tomorrow. I don't know what it is, but you know, it may cause some kind of action. Then we have the Ace of Spears. These are wands. These are action cards. They're called spears in this deck. But there is something new that's going to come out, that's going to be revealed, that may cause someone to take some kind of action. It's something that's been held in the dark that we didn't know about. We're going to get some information tomorrow about something. And then we have the Four of Swords, which is going to cause someone to retreat or back off, something of that nature. We have the High Priestess. Again, we're talking about secrets. This Moon and the High Priestess together, we're going to find out some information that was considered a secret before. I'm kind of like, I can't wait until tomorrow to see, because that's been coming up quite a bit. But there's going to be some kind of action, some kind of new action taken tomorrow. We have the Five of Cups. Fives are about change, as I always say, but it's also about regret and you know, loss, that kind of thing. This Five of Cups is really kind of a dark card, guys. But it's going to bring about some kind of change. Four of Cups. This is about an offer. Or maybe an offer's been made and someone is disappointed in the offer and they're not accepting it. Eight of Coins. This could be about the vote. Coins are also about the vote, or could be about money. Maybe we might find out about the offer of money to someone. It could be concerning um, what happened with the boat. But information is definitely coming out. That's the first card that came up. Then we have the seven of coins. So whatever it is, somebody's really disappointed. We have two cards here that are talking about disappointment. It's like they worked on this, they worked on this, and they worked on this, but it didn't come to fruition the way they wanted it to. So they're disappointed about that. And when we think about that kind of thing, it can only be the people that are in power right now, like Orange Peel. And I mean, we've had our disappointment already. You know what I'm saying? And I still feel like Muskrat still has something up his sleeves. They're both going to be still trying to stab one another in the back. So we have that to look forward to, guys, because that's going to happen. Ooh, here's the tower. Okay, so something big is going to happen tomorrow, guys. The tower. Something is coming down tomorrow. And I ask about the parade. So something's going to happen at the parade. I'm not saying that. At one point, I did pick up that someone would be leaving, but the energies change. I don't see it now. The bottom of the deck, we have the seven of swords, which we know that is someone stealing or trying to get away with something, that kind of thing. King of coins or King of Pentacles. That can be Muskrat, or I think this is Muskrat. You got these offer cards here. He's the one that can offer the money. He has all the money, but somebody's disappointed in the offer. I mean, it could be Orange Peel too, but I think we're talking about these two people. When I'm looking at the cards that are coming out right now, we're talking about them. The news that's coming out. And this nine of wands, it looks kind of like, to me, like a fight, like some kind of, it's like they're mounted on horses and they're carrying these spears. Something could happen during the parade that's going to bring about a tower moment. Eight of Swords. Okay, so you know what? This could be about people getting a little rowdy or whatever. Orange Peel is not, he's already said what he's going to do. Don't come messing with his parade. And I hope nobody goes, is what I'm hoping. Nobody pays any attention. But this is about people maybe going to jail, being trapped in a sense. So that could be what we're looking at, that chaos, some kind of chaos. Oh, here's the Three of Swords, guys. We're coming up with a lot of bad cards here. This is a Three of Swords. Now, again, this is about regret. This is about betrayal, all the bad things that goes along with being stabbed in the heart. This is also could be about a heart problem. Seven of Cups. So there's going to be a lot of confusion. A lot of confusion. Things are going to be very emotional. I have the Ace of Cups. But it may bring about some kind of new beginning. Also, we may see some kind of new beginning concerning relationships and that kind of thing. But that Ace of Cups is talking about emotions. Emotions. Three of Coins. Three of Coins. So we're talking about people that maybe have been working together. We may find something out about people who've been working together. And here's Judgment. Judgment. It's about things that have happened, some things that have happened in the past that are coming back. It could be about the regret, the people reaping what they sown and that kind of thing. When we're talking about judgment. Let me just go through and so we have the Judgment, we have the High Priestess, which tells us that we're going to find out some things that have been kept in the dark. We have the Moon, the Tower, the Three of Swords. That's the Ace of Swords, I'm sorry, and the Three of Swords. I'm looking at the Three of Swords and holding up the Ace of Swords. But both of those, when you talk about swords, they're not good energies. Okay, so we're talking about swords and mainly in wands, that kind of thing, confusion, people being disappointed, people having regrets, retreating. That's the kind of energy that's around the parade tomorrow. So guess we'll just have to see what happens with it. But the last time I read on it, guys, I got something similar. I don't think I got as many harsh cards, but I did get some. Okay. Yeah, I heard a lot of people are not going to be coming, people that should be there. Let's see if Muskrat will be there. Will Muskrat be around the parade tomorrow, Spirit? I'm getting yes. Well, they've made up, whatever that means. Don't trust it, guys. That's all I can say. Do not trust that. Going back up. Catherine says Wilder Tower and and the swords. We can look again at his health. Yeah, a lot of Republicans are not showing up. That's what I heard too. So I don't know why Democrats would show up. Why would they? I mean, it wouldn't make sense. Yeah, everybody's going to be protesting tomorrow. And you're right, Linda. Why would they ship? I don't think anybody's going to be watching it. Once again, Kyle Kalinske, whom I legit sincerely feel is, oh, Karl Marx reincarnated, broke this about the 75 Democratic traitors who thanked ICE. Oh, you're talking to Good Trouble. Okay, but you're saying that you think he's Karl Marx. Let me go back to your question, see if I can understand what you were saying. Yeah, Valerie, that was terrible. He was just asking a question. She said it was sad to see how they handled Senator Padilla. He was just asking a question. So you can't speak. Good point, Lisa. Let's see. Spirit. Will Trump have to leave the parade because his makeup starts running or his hair gets messed up? Will he have to leave the parade for those reasons? I'm getting yes. Hey, I wouldn't be surprised. He don't like his hair to get messed up. And we really don't want to see him without the orange makeup he has on. Oh, thank you, Gail Lewis. It's good to see you here again. Um, oh, Linda, so you heard that somebody else said that something's going to be exposed tomorrow. Oh, Lisa Lynn says Washington predicts, is it 85%? 85% chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon, evening, and lightning strikes. Wow. Now, see, that would be wonderful. Thank you, Catherine. Catherine says, please subscribe and support our friend Mary. I appreciate you guys if you subscribe. Okay, we're getting back. There's a group of Democratic Party traitors, 75 of them, that signed a thank you card to ICE for their actions here in California. Who are they? And can we primary them all out of out on their ear? 75? Oh, I don't know. I'm sure if they're thinking, I wonder if we could find out. Let's Google. Oh, I want Google. Okay, guys, hang in here with me. I want to find out about this. They should be named. I'm sure. Okay, so um, actually, we're probably going to have a lot of, it's not just going to be the Republicans that are going to be ousted, because just like what Nicholas is saying, it's some Democrats that are um, not really working for us. In a sense, they're not doing their job, and they have things to hide too. See if we can get any information on it. Okay, yeah, I'm seeing it. But it's saying that they're facing backlash for it, but I'm sure they're not gonna give us any names. I don't want to hear her. Close that. Who are they? I don't know who they are, but will they? Yeah, I think that they will. The Democrats that thanked ICE Spirit, will they lose their positions in Congress? I'm getting yes. It didn't even give me a maybe, so it gave me a yes. Mary, did you see there was a Craigslist ad for actors to come to the parade? I heard about that. The actors will be paid by crypto money. So we know who's behind that then. Because you know what money they're going to be paid with? Trump coins. Which means they won't be paid with anything because that doesn't count. So let's let's see. No, I think I want to read on it. See if we can get some more information because um, some people are saying that it's not true about the uniforms, but about the costumed uniforms being ordered. But Spirit said it was. Spirit. Did Orange Peel order costume military uniforms? He did. Yeah, he did. So let's see about these people. And it was a bunch of them in which whoever it is that he ordered them from, they know he don't pay his bills. So anyway, let's see if we can find out. All right, Spirit, tell us about the actor. Yeah, there's some kind of collaboration going on with them. Yep. That card just jumped out, so it's telling me yes. It's a 3 of Cups. Um, tell me more about that, Spirit, about the actors being paid. It's like some of them are still trying to decide. We have to start with this Two of Swords here. But then we have the Star in the reverse. So I would say that's true. Because the Star in the reverse is talking about insecurity, discouragement, that kind of thing. I think these are people that need the money, period. You know, so he's tapping into that. Even though some of them may show up and take the job, you know, a lot of them are going to walk away. We might see that happen. These people in the uniforms, he wants us to think that they are military. Some of them just may walk away from that job. That may be something we'll see tomorrow too. So when I guess they would be in the audience. Maybe he wants them to be in the audience, because I was going to say, how are they going to tell who's who? You know? Lisa, you said perhaps they're offering him money to resign, but no. If he has to resign, if he resigns, he's got these court cases and stuff. He likes the power. Now he may leave. Maybe it's an offer for him to leave the country. Yeah, Linda, congratulations to him for standing up. He's always stood up to Trump, though, Governor Newsom. Oh, really? The Marines detained a civilian today in LA. For what? They're not supposed to be able to, unless he was defaming a government building or something. That's what they're supposed to be there for. Well, let's ask that question. Lisa wants to know, was Trump really involved in the planning of Israel's attack on Iran? Spirit. Was Trump involved in the attack on Iran? I'm getting no. I'm getting no. Okay, so will he send American? All right, stop. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you. Will Trump send American troops over to Israel? I'm getting yes. Can't believe he wasn't involved with it. Spirit says no. Spirit, did Orange Peel have anything to do with the planning of the attack on Iran? Did he have anything to do with that? I'm getting no. I'm surprised. Kismet says she lives in Virginia and they're calling for thunderstorms at 3 p.m. Okay. Hopefully he will get rained out, guys. What is what is Kamala's energy? Does she still want her rightful place? Okay. Flawed. I read on that the other day and it was like, no, I don't know. She doesn't want to be the cleanup lady. Let's ask Spirit. Spirit. Does Kamala still want to be the president of the United States of America? I'm getting no. I'm still getting no. She's come to her senses, I guess, and she doesn't want to do it. I mean, what's it going to take to bring this country back to where it's supposed to be? Oh, Linda says she read somewhere something about they may cancel the parade because of the rain. Wouldn't that be wonderful? But yeah, I can't imagine. Hi, Marion. I cannot imagine that they would try to put it on again. Do you see how much it cost? Do you guys see how much it costs to put that parade on? Will Gavin Newsom win his lawsuit? I think in the end he will. He's taking him back and forth and back and forth. And I think they got to Wednesday or something to do something. Okay. Spirit. Will Gavin Newsom win his lawsuit against Orange Peel? See, I keep getting yes that he's going to win. And I think that at first they said, okay, they had to remove him. Then he took it somewhere else and they said they were going to let it stay until Wednesday. And so Orange Peel is going to take this to the Supreme Court. But it's got to go, we got to go through the motions. Did Trumpstein promise Iran something or did he promise Israel something? Oh. Did Orange Peel promise Israel or Iran something to start the war? That's a maybe. Did he promise Iran something? No. Thank you. Did he promise Israel something? I get yes on that. With everything going on with journalists such as being shot with rubber bullets, this is going to make journalists keep up the fight for the truth. Spirit. Even though journalists are being injured during the protest, will they still continue fighting for the truth? Getting yes. He wants people to stop. Kyle figured it out ahead of time by 24 hours. Figured out what? Candy, MK. He figured out what about the tech, the Iran and Israel. I think is probably what you guys are talking about. Guess I'll have to look up what Kyle figured out because unless you guys are talking about he figured out that they were gonna go to war. Kyle figured it out ahead of time by about 24 hours. I still don't. Mm, okay. Okay, let's see. People are having all kinds of dates for him to be removed um, from now through August. So we'll see. Spirit. Will orange peel be removed in July? The energy around it right now is yes. We all know that can change. So, every month people say something different, but well, I think he's asking why did he show up to Diddy's trial and couldn't get in? He got in today. I think yesterday he showed up and couldn't get in. But it's like they have to be there at a certain time because they fill up. But let me see what Spirit says. You have to get there really early. Why did Kanye not get in? They let him in today, so I think everything must have been okay. Why did Kanye show up to Diddy's trial and couldn't get in? We have the Ace of Swords. I think that, they probably knew that he was going to come in with a lot of energy. You know how Kanye is, and disrupt things. So I'm sure today, when he showed up, they probably, talked to him or whatever. This Ace of Swords here is telling me that the energy that he had was going to be pretty sharp, and he was going to try to do something. He wants to stand up for Diddy. Why? I don't. Well, because they're into the same thing. Yeah, but he got in today. He didn't stay long. He just wanted to let people know that he supported him, I guess. And he didn't. He had to. Oh, thank you, Witch Digital. She says, "Congratulations, Mary." I think she's talking about my subscribers. Thank you. Um, I have a feeling that he just wanted to show his support. There's nothing else he can do. He can't. He can't testify or anything like that because they've already gotten that taken care of. Well, thank you, Linda. Uh, okay. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, I see Nicholas' question. He says, "Hi T. So Kyle Kalinske was correct about his assessment of murderous Netanyahu trying to start a WAR with Iran and Orange Mussolini and Hoxha being in on it." But I got that he wasn't in on it, which shocked me. Spirit, did Orange Peel know about the the conflict between that was going to happen between Iran and Israel? Did he know about that? See, I'm still getting no. I don't. Maybe I'm asking it in the wrong way. Um, did Orange Peel collaborate with Netanyahu concerning the conflict with Israel? Okay, now I'm getting yes. So they did collaborate. They talked about it. Thank you, Spirit. Um, did Orange Peel influence Netanyahu concerning the conflict? Yes. This makes a difference in how you ask. Okay, so Spirit, did did Hogseth have any influence with this conflict at all? Yes, he did. Hmm. Hmm. I hope you're right about that, Nathan. I hope whoever said it is correct. Hi, Brenda. I don't know if I spoke to you. I'm going back down. I hope they're right. Apple says you just think today's the day to manifest, guys. Write it down on paper. Use I am for whatever it is you want, and then burn it. Send it to the universe. Yep, I hope you're right about that. Good trouble says she's been praying for rain and wind. Yeah. Okay, I just looked into that. So that yeah, they knew. They collaborated on that. Journalists. Yeah, see, you know what I asked, was he involved in the planning? He influenced them, but he wasn't involved in the planning. Okay, I'm back. Let me go all the way down. Was Pootie poisoned? I think a long time ago. Okay, let's see. Spirit, was Pootie poisoned? I'm getting yes. Spirit, is Pootie among the living right now? No. See, I always get that he's gone already. I always get that. So, yeah, he was, I guess. Yeah, I'm getting that they had some influence. Mary is Harmon Goebbels reincarnated. Herman Goebbels. Goebbels. Spirit is Herman Hallman. Spirit is Harmon Goebbels reincarnated. No. Mm-mm. I'm getting no. Yeah. They both were. Lisa, they both were. Um, I'm hearing that it's going to be Linda wants to know if Kamala doesn't want to be in the White House, then who will sit in the spot? Once they get rid of his administration, it's going to be like a group effort. It's not going to be like one person that's gonna do it. And I got that earlier. I got that earlier. That she wasn't. I didn't know that she didn't want it, but I got earlier that between that time before she stepped in, there will be a group effort of people. You know, I don't think it's going to be Obama or Waltz. If she doesn't want it, okay. Let me ask. Spirit, will Obama step in and be president? No. Will Waltz step in and be president? No. You see, Waltz can't. Waltz ran as vice president, not president. Obama has already been president. He could have run as vice president, but not president. So, no, none of those are going to, probably nobody that we know is going to do it. It's going to be others like military or something. Yeah, Clarence Thomas should be in jail, him and his wife. Will Clarence Thomas resign after orange peel is removed? I'm getting yes right now, but I don't think that has anything to do with orange peel being removed. Is spirit, is does Clarence Thomas have health related issues? Yes. I don't think it has anything. Trust me, these people, guys, there's no reason for him to lose his power because Trump lost his. He's worked for Democrats and Republicans. Why would he leave because Trump leaves? That Think about these questions that you're asking. It doesn't make sense. If he could keep his power, he's going to keep his power as long as he can live to enforce. As long as he can play the game, he's going to stay in the game. These people are not just going to walk away from their power. And that includes Trump. When Trump leaves, it's going to be either health related or he's afraid that he's going to be taken down and going to jail. He's going to stay in there as long as possible. They don't want to give up their power. They don't want to give up their control. They don't want to give up the money, their influence. Nobody's just going to get up and say, I quit. They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. I think we have to think about that kind of thing when we start asking, will somebody leave? Why would he? What does that have to do with him? Trump leaving has nothing to do with Clarence Thomas. He was voted in. He got that position, whatever way he got it, appointed, and it's for lifetime. Now, if he decides he wants to stay in there for lifetime, he's already gotten away with crimes, just like Orange Peel has. There's no reason for him to just get up and, oh, Trump's gone, so I guess I should leave too. Why? Why would he? It doesn't make sense. Okay, I'm going. Well, he's not going anywhere. Candy, yes. My spirit guides talk to me directly. Directly, yes, they do. And yours talks to you directly too. You just got to learn how to discern. Yes. Yeah, power, power. They get the power and they get to do whatever they want and make all the money they want and control the country. Well, Clarence Thomas should already be in legal trouble. He's been in trouble, but it hasn't moved him. His wife, I mean, she set up the she helped with the insurrectionists, right? Paid for a bus to get the insurrectionists there. She tried to topple the government with his knowledge. I mean, the way things are going now, I think what we have to realize is that he has to be gone, and we as a people have to take the power back and not just give it to any of them. We have to really be sure who we're putting into power, because Orange Peel has shown us that the rules don't mean anything. They can break the rules when they get ready. If we didn't have the courts right now to stand up to him, um, a lot of the courts, they've let him get away with this and get away until he got back into power, right? So now he's still trying to topple the government. That has not changed. He has taken down our economy. He has taken people's benefits. He has taken people's jobs. He's still in power. It has to do more with what are we going to do once we get him out of office. We got to pay more attention. So you can say, is he going to get in legal trouble? Let's think about this, Catherine. Let's say he did get in some kind of legal trouble. He should be already, because remember, he took gifts and stuff from the billionaires, right? So he should already be in legal trouble. Who's going to prosecute him? And he has so many friends in high places, he's going to do the same thing as Orange Peel did. It's like the whole system is broken. The whole system is broken. It all has to come down. This is our tower moment. It all has to come down in order for it to work like it's supposed to work. And this is why I'm reading a lot on the spiritual things, because this is kind of out of our hands in a sense, until we wake up and see that we have given all of our power away, and thinking that these people are going to help. But these people have been out for themselves for the most part. I'm not saying everybody, but for the most part, especially those people that have been in the politics a long time, they figured out that they could do things and nobody would ever find out about it. And, they just keep stringing the people along, and everybody's just going to be, as long as it doesn't really affect them in a bad way, everybody's just fine. They just go along. We just go along with it. But see, now that people have lost their jobs and they're losing their benefits and they're taking everything, it's affecting the majority of people and not just a small section. People want to get involved. That's the whole point of what is happening. So he can get into legal trouble. He's been into legal trouble before, but it doesn't do any good. So what? I'm sorry if I'm being a little pessimistic, but I mean, it's just the truth. It's just the truth. Stephen Miller, he's the worst person. So will Mike Johnson be part of the? Yeah, Mike Johnson is going down with all the rest of them. Yeah, they're all involved. The administration that he has there, um, they're involved. That's why he has them. Mm. She could be. She could have passed it to him, to Gavin Newsom. She just, I don't blame her. I wouldn't want to clean up this mess either. By the time you get through cleaning up her her term is going to be over. Then she got to start over and run for election again. Is it worth it? And you got to be concerned about them messing with the, you know, everything. The people that are supposed to be trying to kill. Mm. You heard that, Linda? That is, John says the best thing I've heard was Rump being referred to as Taco and Melania referred to as Taco Bell. That's true. R. Kelly said that some gangs were trying to, and he wants to be moved. Well, you say reluctantly. Okay, Mary, I did see on Facebook that that they're saying that Kamala really did win and the voting machines were tampered. Yeah, I believe she won, but at this point, at this point, after seeing everything and how he's done so much and that kind of thing, I can see her not wanting it. And who knows, maybe she'll run at another time, but yeah, I believe she actually won. But I guess it has to be proven, and even if it's proven at this point, I mean, at this point, what's going to happen? I mean, they gave him all that power, and he's still just doing whatever he wants to do, which is so. When they get done investigating, they're going to tell us, "Oh yeah, she won. She really did win." I was excited about her getting back in the beginning, guys. But it's like every month, all these months have gone by. I still want him out. I still want him out, definitely. But I can see where she wants to move on with her life. The thing is, whoever gets in next, they're just cleaning up mess. They're not going to be able to do anything, but just try to put it back together again. They're not going to be able to get anything that they want done. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it took a toll on her. Yeah, I think she needs some time. I don't blame her. I don't blame her, but she got time. She can still, she wants to run in is it 28? She can, but hopefully things will be back in order. And here's the deal, guys. We got to think about this too. Okay, here's the deal. She has all these strikes against her. She's a woman. Men don't like to vote for women, even though their mother was a woman and they love her. Men in the United States of America do not want a woman telling them what to do. Now that she's going to tell them what to do, they don't want her to have all that power. Women are the smartest people in the world. They don't want them to have the power. Two, she's a black woman. Do you know how racist the United States is? She's going to have a hard time either way it goes. And I'm sure she knows that. Now, I still believe that some of the people who said they were voting for her didn't really, it was all fun when everybody was donating all this money and, saying, yeah, we need her, blah, blah, blah. And I don't care what anybody said. Some of those people got in that voting booth and they were like, I'm not voting for her. She black. Okay. We just have to be honest and put it on the table. And I know people say, well, she's, she won, but well, if she had won like we thought she was going to win, they probably wouldn't have been able to. We know he won the popular vote and the electoral vote. It don't even sound right. That's just me, guys. That's just me. I don't know. But we know how the United States is. We all live here. So we know what's up, right? We all live here and we know what's up. Yeah. That's right, Nathan. So, I mean, and I'm not saying all men, but for the most part, men don't think women can make decisions and that kind of thing. They don't want to give them the power. They don't think they can run anything, although they run households. They bring kids into the world and they raise them up a lot of times on their own. But that's why they're trying to take away all of the women's power. You want to tell women what to do with their bodies? You want to take away all of their power? It's crazy. Yep. I think what you're saying, Nathan, you're saying that most people were racist against her. And we have to understand that some people were probably saying, okay, yeah, she's going to be good. She's going to be good. This is what I'm talking about. But they get in the booth and they change their minds. You know? Yeah, a lot of us voted for her proudly, but I'm not talking to those people. I'm talking about the people in the back room. I'm not talking about the people, us that are here. For the most part, most of the people that are here in this chat, yeah, they wanted her to win. And I'm talking about the people, some of the people that wouldn't even come to my channel. Okay? Those kinds of people. Yeah. Yeah. Catherine says there's no way he won the popular vote. Leon, yeah. Yeah. Most men don't want a woman. Yeah. So that's a big hurdle. to have to cross over, and they tell all their friends, "Man, we don't want no women." She has all those strikes against her. It was going to be hard anyway. And not only that, think about this, guys. If she got back in, she has to fight so many people to get them to understand that she is smart enough that she can handle the job. She's going to have people fighting her left and right. You know what I'm saying? I mean, eventually she may be able to turn people around, but she got to clean up and she got to get people to understand that she can do the job. Clean up and fight the people around her and let them know, look, I can do this job. That's a big hurdle. Who wants to do that? Yeah. Nathan says it got stolen. Yeah, they were doing all kind of riffraff stuff to make sure she didn't get in. Right. I want to take away the little blue pill if you can't get. Hmm. I hear you, Catherine. Okay, and Valerie says, Mary, there will be an interim group of congressmen running the government when Orange Peel is finally out. Right. That's what I was trying to say there. Okay. Yeah, I believe that. I don't think I don't think they would have even given it to her just like that anyway, because we're talking about taking Orange Peel out and saying, here, Kamala, you're supposed to have this, the Civil War. That's Civil War. There are people that don't want her to have it. And they're going to feel like, if you took out our leader to give it to her? No. Yeah, I believe we need a woman president. I do too. I do too. But, it just took too long. Here we are in June. He's sworn in, and we didn't think he was going to get sworn in January. Then February came, March, April, May. He's still here. Nicholas says, I still believe she won the popular and electoral college alike. Nathan Taylor, the mathematician, sure is throwing the numbers in her favor. And that's just from Reno. Imagine what he finds elsewhere. Yeah. Yep, they're afraid a woman might outdo them. But they just don't believe in women, period. That's what I was just saying, guys. If you weren't here at the beginning, go back and look at that. Exactly. The divine feminine energy is, we're in that now, that portal. And women are going to start standing up, more, because that's where spirit wants us. When spirit steps in and says something is supposed to be a certain way, there's nothing you can do to stop it. You know what I'm saying? But it took all this for us to see that the feminine energy is needed. It's everything is all out of balance, and things have to be balanced again. It takes both. The men can't have all the energy and the women sit back. That doesn't work. The divine is saying things have to be balanced. No one is better than the other. Both need each other, you know? So that's what's happening right now. Yeah, Valerie, you're right. They can't handle the truth. I agree. I hope he is. I hope he'll be at the parade, and I hope he gets rained on. And Linda wants to know if he'll be at the parade. He probably will. Yeah, he's gonna be right with him. As a matter of fact, I just thought about JFK. Who was that? Who was that in the car with him? Now they say that's who did the shooting. The person that was in the car with him. So it wasn't anybody aiming. It wasn't who they said did it and all that. Oswald was it or whatever? It was the person in the car with him. Hey T, is Nathan Taylor going to find his smoking gun for Kamala Watts? His smoking gun. Let me ask. All right. Spirit. Is Nathan Taylor going to find a smoking gun for Kamala and Watts? I'm getting yes on that. Is he going to find the smoking gun for some of the senators? I'm getting yes. Is he going to find the smoking gun for the congressmen? I'm getting yes on all of that. Yeah, some women, it's okay for them to run countries. It's just the United States. We are just, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know how to say it. I don't know what it's going to take. I guess it's going to take the tower that everything has to fall. I guess it's going to take that tower, guys. I mean, Tulsi Gabbard in Russia. Spirit is Tulsi Gabbard in Russia. Is she in Russia? I'm getting yes. We haven't seen her lately. I don't know. It says yes. John says, pray for lightning. That's about the only way to stop the parade. Yeah, you're right. Unless, like they say, the parade might go on, but he has to leave early if it rains because his hair and makeup might get messed up. Anonymous, aren't they supposed to come with the tea this weekend or something, guys, or Monday? It should be close. Because I think they have a lot of information. I had heard that it was supposed to be this weekend. Yeah, I heard July, also Vanessa. I heard 2 different times. July 4th. Well, I'll ask if we'll have a woman president in 4 years. Let's see. Spirit, will we have a woman president in the United States at the White House in 4 years? I'm getting yes. You know, the energy, that's a long time. Energy definitely could change. Um, will we have a woman president in the White House, Spirit, in 2025? Will we have a woman as president in the White House in 2025? No. So if they have people come in as interim president, I wonder if that would be for the 4 years, for the rest of the time. Um, let me ask this question. Spirit, will the United States ever have a single person as president of the United States again? I'm getting no. I don't know why that was just dropped in my spirit. Spirit, will there, going forward, will there be more than two people in charge of the presidency of the United States of America? I'm getting yes. Spirit, going forward, will there be more than three people in charge of the presidency of the United States of America? Yes. Okay. So it looks like some things are going to change. We don't see it now. And we probably don't understand how in the heck that could happen. But the way things are going with the government and the way he almost took down the government, I'm sure that things is going to be some kind of major change. One person with all that power, especially since SCOTUS gave him even more power, and you see what he's doing with it. I think we're not going to see the presidency the way it used to be anymore, guys. I don't think we're going to see it the way it used to be anymore. And I believe that. I believe what Spirit just told me. It's not going to be a single person again. So maybe, yeah, John says, if there's lightning, there's a no-go for the, I believe that, yeah. They usually cancel things if there's lightning. Maybe they're going to figure out a way to do it, whereas one person doesn't have all that power and control. Now, in reality, he didn't have it. We had a three-system government in the first place. But do you see what he did with it? Even though we had it, he's still overriding things. And in the meantime, it has to go through the court system in order to bring it back the way it was. Okay. So the economy falls apart. Stock market falls apart because by the time it goes to the court system and all that, stuff happens. You know what I'm saying? And you can't just, it's like you break an egg. You can't just put it back together the way it was, like nothing ever happened. So maybe they're going to put in some other kind of guards so that, one person can't make such a big mess. It's like, this was pretty easy for him to do. You guys, you realize how easy this was. Him and Muskrat got together and decided, you're going to be the president. But to be honest, they always decided who the president was going to be, guys. We just weren't awoke enough to realize what was happening. They decided who was going to do it because whoever could bring about the progress that they wanted to see, that's who they put in power. We only get to see it on a major scale now because of Orange Peel and what how he's been doing things. Think about this. This is the one reasons he's been able to get away with what he's been able to get away with, is because they wanted him. They wanted him in there and they put him in there. But the only thing that went wrong is that he's affecting everybody's bottom line. The immigrants said, well, he's only going to get rid of the people that are breaking laws and killing people and blah, 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 blah. Okay? So they voted for, well, not the immigrants, but the people the ones that are here legally. Okay? The ones that are here legally, I'll say that. Because if you're not here legally, you can't vote. But those people said, well, he's only going to get rid of the ones that are causing problems and blah, blah, blah. He's not going to get rid of my cousin who's been here for 40 years and has been working. He's not going to get rid of, my child who was born here. And since my child was born here and I had my child here, I should be able to stay. Okay. So we see that happening. The people with all the money are saying, well, he's just going to tax the little guys and he's going to make sure that, they get all the taxes, but we get to have all our money. We get to have all the control. We get to make all the decisions. But look at what's happening. They're losing their money too. Okay. So he's touched all of those people who thought he wouldn't touch them. They are the reason that he's in power, including the top, SCOTUS. Okay. They're getting to keep whatever it was. If he's in power, they get to do and keep and continue to rake in their money for their future children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, all that kind of stuff. They build a legacy on the little people. It doesn't matter if they don't have a job as long as I keep getting my money. So they place the people in office that they want in office, guys. Period. So this is probably a good thing that's happening, because everything's got to be reformed. Not saying that it's going to be perfect, not saying that there's still going to be people in there that's going to try to disrupt or whatever, but it's going to be kind of like a new beginning in a sense. And maybe it won't be so easy to topple the whole government again, or whatever we're going to call it. I don't know. Whatever. It's a big mess. So, anyway, guys, it's like we go vote and we think, and I'm not saying you shouldn't vote. People died for us to vote, be able to vote. But in a sense, it's like they picked who they want to win anyway. We think we're voting. We think that our vote, whatever. I'm not going to even get into all that. Oh, you messaged her. Okay. Okay. All right. So, Spirit, is Nathan Taylor in any danger? I'm getting yes. Will he be harmed, Spirit, in any way? Will he be harmed? I'm getting yes. Hmm. I'm getting yes to that question, Nicholas. Mm. Well, I hope that your message to Kamala gets through to her. Um, I don't know. Saw a Tim Watts interview today. He said he can't say if the election was rigged because he's too close to the issue. He has to say he believes it wasn't. Uh, that makes sense. I mean, it's like they got to prove it. Did Muskrat find a way to give Anonymous all the information about the stolen election? Mm. You realize when he's talking about the stolen election, that involves him. Okay. Spirit. Did Muskrat find a way to give Anonymous information about the stolen election? No. Pete Buttigieg be vice president to who? Who's going to be president? Okay, let's see. Will Pete Buttigieg be vice president? I'm getting yes. Co-presidents, yeah. Spirit. In the future, as America goes forward, will there be co-presidents? Yes, co-presidents. That's a good way of putting it, Lisa. Lisa. Did I see your question, Vanessa? I don't know. July, let me see, Vanessa. Um, I guess put it back in, Vanessa. I'm not seeing it right now. You're asking when is Anonymous coming with the T. I guess that's it. Everybody says it's July 4th. They did give a date or something. I think that's the question you're asking. Yeah, Vanessa, I heard something was coming this weekend too. So let's ask. That was my thing. I heard that. Spirit. Will Anonymous come out with any information for the public on this weekend? I'm getting yes. See, that's what I originally heard, that it was going to be this weekend. And then I heard people saying July. So I don't know if that's changed, but Spirit is saying yes. This weekend. Yeah. Both have separate but equal branches. Mm-hmm. Valerie, you got a good point. You said, Valerie says Orange Peel will go down in history as the biggest heist in the United States. And I agree with that. I agree with that. What hasn't he done? What hasn't he done? And he's still president. He's still running the country. See, that's another thing. You shouldn't be able to run the country if you're a felon. Why would you? Why is that okay? How is that okay? Yeah, the Karens didn't realize it was going to affect their lives. Yeah. Just think about all the people who lost their jobs and all that kind of stuff. Hmm. Gatekeeper says it's called American exceptionalism. The thought that it won't happen to me. That's what a whole lot of people thought. It wouldn't happen to them, but it did. And now they're in the streets. Now they're in the streets. When it was happening to everybody else, it was okay. You know? Read White Privilege. So good. Is that the name of the book? White Privilege. Okay. Is that the one that, is that written by this woman? I may have already read that. Yeah. It's going to be messy. Will Garcia get out on bail next week? Mm, mm. They're going to keep him in there as long as they can because they know they shouldn't have done it. They got to cover their butt. Will Garcia get out on bail next week, Spirit? I'm getting no. Now, something may change, but right now it looks like no. He lives in a mafia state like Nevada. Was hoping his army buds would protect him. Mm. That's what I asked about Nathan Taylor. Yeah. But we still have to see how things go down. I mean, first of all, we really don't know how much longer Orange Peel has. A lot of things may change. Will the hairdresser Andre Romero get to come back to the U.S. just like Garcia? They should bring them all back. Remember, they didn't get due process. All right, Spirit. Will Andre Romero be returned back to the United States? I'm getting yes. They'll probably charge him with something else, put some fake charges on him, unless Orange Peel is gone by then. All right, Spirit. Will Nathan Taylor survive? I'm getting yes. He's going to have to go through some things, but he's going to survive. That's what I heard. When SCOTUS gave Orange Peel all of that power, did they know that he would destroy the country? No. They were just looking out for themselves. They wanted to keep what they got. And they, just like I said, they thought that it wasn't going to, and it still hasn't touched them. Yeah, everybody vote. Yeah. I'm not saying, I'm not telling anybody not to vote. Everybody should vote. Hopefully, they'll get the voting situation straightened out too. Let's hope. He's going to ride in the car, Linda. He's not going to be walking. I don't have to read on that. He can't. He can hardly stand up already. He's not going to be. He's not going to be walking anywhere. He can't. No. Guys, I'm going to pull a card for us. See what Spirit wants us to know, what the information is Spirit has for us. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. John says they may carry him like Cleopatra. Yeah, he would love that, wouldn't he? Yeah, there you go, Witch. Witch says he has to deal with his diaper and his catheter. So how is he going to walk? Mm-mm. You're welcome, Vanessa. Thank you for being here. All right, Spirit, give us a card. Spirit, give us a card to tell us about tomorrow. What's going to happen tomorrow? These are the angel cards. I'm using angel numbers. All right. Tell us about I don't even know what's on all these cards, guys, but I'm going to ask. Tell us about what we can expect or what we can do concerning tomorrow. Okay, guys, it's 11:30. You got until 12:30 to put down your wishes. It says make magic 151. Your desires are in your hands. Your angels say the time is now to create your future. The things you want are not just going to happen on their own. You will need to create them. The steps you take today have a direct link to what happens to you in the future. Sit in a quiet spot, take take 5 deep centering breaths. As you inhale, envision supportive energy flowing into you. As you exhale, know that what you want wants you. I'll put it up here in case somebody wants to screenshot that. Isn't that the perfect message for what we were talking about today? And guess what? If you want thunderstorms in Washington, D.C., tomorrow, you can ask for that. Okay, the portal is open. Nicholas says, thank you, T. I prayed so. I prayed both Taylor and the hairdresser, for both Taylor and the hairdresser. Taylor will be considered a threat long after Orange is gone. His findings will threaten lots of very powerful men. Well, we'll have to see about that. You know, we never know what's going to happen. Love and hugs. Thank you, John. Vanessa says, beautiful message. Yes, it was right on time, wasn't it, Vanessa? Right on time. Yep. Jackie says, always fun and love divine spiritual tea. Thank you. Linda says, wow, that was confirmation. Taco and Taco Bell both carried like Cleopatra. She's the person, well, she'll be there tomorrow. She likes the attention. Yep, that was confirmation. Okay, guys, talk to you later. Bye.